Hey everyone, yeah, I'm still here. I know, surprising, it's been like 2 months, 2.5 months that I have not posted a video at all, and I'm very sorry about that. It's just been a very stressful semester, and I just have like found no time to read and no time to actually record a video, which is sad because it really only takes about a half an hour, if that. Okay, lame excuses, but anyways, I'm sorry. This semester has just been awful. I am so glad that it is over. It is Christmas break, so now I have all the time in the world because all I'm going to do is sit and read and watch Netflix this whole break, and I am so excited. So this video is going to be my end of October, my November, and my beginning of December wrap up. Yes, and guess what? I only read 4 books. So that's exciting. In 2.5 months, I read 4 books. Very disappointing, but I had absolutely no time. And one of those books I had to read for a class. One of them was a reread, and then 2 of them I actually found time to read. The first book that I read this one at the end of October going into November, and I had to read this one for one of my classes, and that was The Glass Castle by Jeanette Walls. I had to read this for my social work class, and I had to write a 19-page paper on this book, so I got to know this book quite well. Really enjoyed it. It's a fantastic book. I have nothing really bad to say about it, besides it's a little frustrating, and just because of the things that they go through. This is a true story. It follows Jeanette when she was younger and up until she moved out. This family is just very dysfunctional, but one thing that keeps them together is their love and their unity together, and it's fantastic. Like, it's really frustrating me because of all the neglect, abuse, and things that are just not acceptable that happen in this book, but at the same time, you feel for the family, you know? You're like, oh, but he really loves her. But, like, he's a great dad, but he's an awful dad. You know, you kind of get that. And it was just fantastic. I gave it 5 out of 5 stars, and I really do recommend it. I do want to read her other book. I forgot what the name of it is, but it's another true story, so it was great. And I'm so happy that I had to read this for my class because I'm not sure if I actually would have picked it up otherwise. But if you have not read it or heard about it, you should definitely check it out because it was fantastic. Second book that I read this one in November, and it is a reread, and of course I had to reread Catching Fire by Suzanne Collins before the movie came out. I'm not going to say much besides that the movie was absolutely fantastic. It was 10 times better than the first one. I don't have anything bad to say about it. Like, the movie was fantastic. And I really enjoyed the first one. I loved the first one, but the fact that this one was even 10 times better than the first one just blows my mind. So yeah, it's just as fantastic as it was the first and the second time I read it. The third book that I read was Allegiant by Veronica Roth, and I just had to go out and get this one because everyone was talking about it and they were spoiling it, and I was like, ugh. I'd been doing a very good job avoiding spoilers, but they started to get way out of hand, so I just had to go pick it up and read it before the whole thing was spoiled for me. I don't really have anything bad to say about this book either. I loved it. I thought it was like the perfect concluding book. A lot of trilogies don't have a very good ending, and that I don't really like, and I'm kind of like disappointed about it, but this one I loved. I thought it was completely necessary, and even though it was sad and it was depressing and it really pulled on the heartstrings, it was so necessary, and I thought it was just a fantastic ending. It was a little bit slow. There wasn't really as much action in this one as the first and the second. The problem about reading these books so long ago is that I kind of forget everything that I was going to say. So sorry this wrap-up completely sucks, and it doesn't really help at all about deciding whether you want to read the book or not. Yeah, I think I gave this one 4 out of 5 stars. I don't remember a lot of things. This is bad. Okay. Anyways, this is like the worst wrap-up ever. But overall, it was great, and I really enjoyed the conclusion to this series, and I'm very happy the way it ended. The final book I read, I actually started in September, but then I stopped reading for a while. I got like 20 pages in, and then a lot of other things happened, and then I started reading those 3 books because of reasons and because I had to, and this book just kept getting pushed away, and I finally finished it last night when I got home. And that is Gone Girl by Gillian Flynn. I love Gillian Flynn's books. She's an absolutely fantastic writer, and I love her style, and her storylines, I guess. If you're looking for a book that's gonna like completely stump you, because I'm pretty good at predicting the end of books, but this one I had absolutely no idea. I had my predictions and they were completely wrong. They weren't even really close at all. This was just a really great mystery thriller. It's kind of weird, disturbing, like not weird in a bad way, weird in a good way. This book is about a husband and wife who are kind of having a rocky relationship a little bit, and it kind of flips back to the earlier days of their marriage and the ending and where they are now in their marriage. And so one day he wakes up and he comes home and his wife is missing and his house is thrown apart and it's just a mess. And his wife is missing, and so he's trying to find her. And he discovers a lot of things, and it's just crazy. It's absolutely crazy. I think I gave this one 4 out of 5 stars, and the only reason I think I did give it 4 out of 5 stars was because it took me so long to read, and I was reading it at such random times. Like, I'd read 20 pages, and then I wouldn't read for 15 days, and then I'd pick it up again and maybe read 30. So that was the main problem, is just it took me forever to get through, and I kind of lost my place, and it was just a mess. But it was absolutely fantastic, and I highly recommend it. I recommend any of Gillian Flynn's books. She's great. She's great. So that is all I read in 2.5 months. That's pretty sad. I think I'm going to do the Christmas booktubeathon because I have not read, and I have a lot of books that I need to get through, and I want to get through, so this would be a perfect time because I have absolutely nothing to do. So that is all I have for today. Thank you for watching, and I will see you later. Bye.